Well, hello everyone, it's Jordan Power here. In this video, I will be talking about some inspiring things about the Augsburg Confession. So to begin with, the Augsburg Confession is the confession of faith of the Lutheran Denomination, which is the denomination that I am a part of. And I'm specifically a part of the LCMS denomination, that is the Lutheran Church Mystery Synod. So the Augsburg Confession is the confession of faith of the Lutheran denomination. It describes what Lutheran theology is. And it also mentions the prestigious theological views as well as theological disagreements. Now, the Augsburg Confession was published in 1530. If you read the Augsburg Confession, then that will give you so much theological knowledge. And the same thing also goes for if you read a Lutheran systematic theology book. And an example of one that I read is Piper's Christian Dogmatics. That one is 3 volumes, and that one's a really good one. And there are some other good ones too. And the Augsburg Confession also explains how baptism saves. Now, with baptism saves, that is referring to the spiritual baptism that takes place at the time of salvation. And spiritual baptism is described as immersion into Christ. So that is what we mean when we say that baptism saves. And that's how baptismal regeneration works. And the Augsburg Confession also does a wonderful job explaining baptismal regeneration, as well as how Jesus Christ is physically present in communion. And in fact, if you want to learn about how Jesus Christ is physically present in communion, then go watch the video that came before this one. The gaming video that came before this one, which is that video where I described Jesus Christ's real presence in communion. The Augsburg Confession has also done a wonderful job affirming all of the core essentials and condemning the heresies that have sprung up in the church over about a millennium and a half. Since it's condemned many different heresies like modalism, salvation that works, and other anti-Trinitarian heresies. By the way, the topic of the 5 solas is a primary issue, that means we must get it right on these issues. And that is because denying the five solas will indeed place someone outside salvation. So this means that if a person does not believe in the five solas, then that means that this person believes in salvation by works, and that person is on the wide path to hell, and is therefore unsaved. So the five solas are core essential doctrines, just like the Trinity and Christ's resurrection. And the five solas it tells us that you do not need any works for salvation. In fact, you cannot work your way to heaven. So if a person denies the five solas, then that person is believing in salvation by works. And salvation by works is a heresy. And I also produced a short film that exposes this heresy, and that is called the Salvation by Works Delusion. And go check it out, it's on this channel. And when the Protestant Reformation took place, Martin Luther nailed 95 theses against the Catholic Church because they were preaching salvation by works. We must remember that works do not save. It is only Jesus Christ alone who saves. So we are saved by grace through faith alone. And this is the core essential facts that Martin Luther emphasized in the Protestant Reformation. There are a lot of very inspiring things about the Augsburg Confession. Now that is it for this video. Have a nice day, and goodbye.